Hi Cancers, welcome to Modern Maven Tarot. This message is for any Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, but also if you have Cancer in a particular house or planet that you need clarity on, then this message is also for you. Thank you so much for joining me. If this does resonate, please do hit that like button and subscribe to Modern Maven Tarot. And thank you to all my subscribers. So a quick message that came through, strong Pluto energy for you. Now at the time I'm recording this, we do have Pluto going direct in Capricorn for the last time in our entire lifetimes. Confetti, excitement. So just remember, stay grounded. All right, stay grounded, but also stay on that eagle's perch. So we want to be an observer as much as we can, because especially for water signs, we absorb energy. So the more that you can distance yourself from anything that feels toxic, especially if it's connected to this past chapter, this past Pluto, the Capricorn paradigm, if you will. Try to remove yourself, because also the other big push, if you can watch Donna Stellhorn's video on the full moon in Aries, another big push is getting rid of like the heavy baggage that we no longer want to take with us in this past chapter. So whatever that is for you, it might be related to Pluto. So see where Pluto is in your chart, what sign rules Pluto, and see if that gives you any clarity in relation to what it is that we're leaving behind. And it's bringing in, though, remember, this emotional reset, this emotional fresh start. All right. And for you and all water signs, it really is about prioritizing your cup, your personal cup, but while also remaining a part of a collective, right? Like, there's just a lot of information going on here for you. And also be very mindful, because Mars is in your sign, and Mars doesn't like being in your sign, Cancers, okay? So there could be a lot of internal emotional energy, but a fresh start is coming, okay? Just know that if there is something that's bubbling up and it's bubbling to the surface, it's there for you to answer that wake-up call. It's there for you to clear something that has been preventing you from, that has been blocking you. Now, this can be a belief. It can be a way in which we communicate. The swords are communication and beliefs and mental, clarity. But this is that idea of like taking charge. When you take charge in certain areas of your life, that's when this shift happens. But along with that clarity, Cancers, is our concept of what does power mean to you? What does being empowered mean to you? Because there's a strong indication here that the old paradigm's concept of power and what it means to be in power is different from this new paradigm, and is probably more aligned with you. So again, going back to the fact that, and that's where the karmic shift happens, right? That's when things feel like they're back in balance. So Cancers, going back to something really quickly here, is there is a strong message that this clarity is coming because of Mars being in your sign, all right? You're going to feel that contrast because Mars is that Aries energy, right? That the shadow side of Mars is that, domineering, take no prisoners type of energy, where Cancer is that nurturing, motherly energy, okay? So it's this clashing, but this clashing will bring you clarity, and through that clarity comes a shift, okay? And takes you to this. Look at you taking priority of your cup, but also in a position like this is a very benevolent, nurturing leader. All right, the kings are like the leaders, the bosses, if you will. And there's this idea of this being this nurturing energy, like really understanding the nurturing aspect of what it means to be in a position of like authority, okay? And so that authority, it can be in career, it can be at home, it can be in relationships, whatever that understanding is for you. Again, circling back to, I suggest you take a look at what house Pluto is in and what sign rules Pluto. And on top of that, I want you to take a look at Mars and what sign rules Mars and what house Mars is in, especially if you have Mars and Pluto in the same sign, or I'm sorry, in the same house and in the same sign, honestly. All right, so let's get to your reading, Cancers. But there is this concept too. So with everything going on, unfortunately, around the world with the flooding. Now, the flooding, if you go and listen to Pam Gregory, that is indicated a lot astrologically with the Neptune energy and with the Pisces energy, okay? And so every time I close my eyes when I'm meditating on your cards, I'm getting this like rush of water, right? Like going into the streets, if you will. And so there's just this mentality of like how powerful water is. So a reminder how powerful you are, okay? Water signs, we have to understand that idea of like with great power comes great responsibility. And that responsibility is making sure that we don't hold that water until the dam breaks, all right? Another thing to think about, I was watching an interview with somebody and they were saying like, you need to recognize that your emotions are power. They're powerful. They're not a sign of weakness. All right. And so think about the power that you wield with your water energy, because it is very, very important for you in this coming age to really recognize that. Okay. Interesting. This too is telling me like we're really feeling an impulse to pivot. So whatever that is for you, we'll get some more clarity on these and then we'll dive through. But I think when it comes to relationships in your life, there's a major turning point. And so again, there's this idea of like trusting in yourself, trusting in the process, but also like trusting in whatever. Yeah, wow. See, look at it, it's Pluto. Judgment is ruled by Pluto. Major turning point, and it's because of this Pluto energy. Now remember, Pluto, at the time I'm recording this, Pluto's going direct on October 11th until mid-November, all right? So that's the last-ditch effort of this Capricorn paradigm. That's the last-ditch effort of this Capricorn paradigm where it wants to hold on to power, correct? And, interesting, all right. That to me is saying like we really need to embrace the things that no longer serve us to welcome in what we really want. And there's so much opening up to you. So major shift here. All right. And it could be something in the collective that kind of makes you feel like a fire lit underneath you. This is also something that's interesting. So the full moon in Aries is that like really rising the challenge where you're peeking behind the curtain on a stage and somebody just pushes you out there, and it's the universe saying, now is the time, okay? Whatever you've been, holding back on or not wanting to do, like now is the time to pursue it. But this to me is saying, this is beautiful because look at the water is guiding you through the swords. And this is the confidence of saying, this new age is taking me to where I am meant to be if I align with the energy and answer the wake-up call. If there's something you're holding on to this past paradigm, to this past identity, whatever that is for you, if it's hindering you from fully stepping into your power, Cancers, it's time to let it go, all right? What I love, though, is major turning point. Okay, and this is Mercury in Aquarius. Pluto is going into Aquarius mid-November. So this is another heavy reminder for you that age of Aquarius is on its way. It's here, honestly. And it's just, what are you focusing on? And to me, this is saying, because it's moving in this direction, this is the area of what you need less of. You're moving away from some way of thinking when it comes to relationships. Now, what you need more of and what the universe is gifting you. I love this because the Seven of Cups, clarified by the Nine of Wands and the Death card. So this is Scorpio too, and we're almost to Scorpio season here. And this is Moon in Sagittarius, but this is just this idea of like, you're stronger than you realize, and whatever this powerful energy is that's coming to an end, it's that idea of after Scorpio season, because after Scorpio season, we have Sagittarius season. And that's where we're going to feel that emotional renewal, that emotional, like happiness, really. Like there's sunshine on the other side of this. Okay. And so working with the energy instead of working against it. What this is really indicating to me is you're going to be getting a sneak peek of everything that's opening up to you when it comes to Sagittarius season, okay? Everything that's opening up once that Sagittarius energy, and Sagittarius is a very like spiritual, powerful, faithful like type of energy. And with Pluto going in Aquarius during that time, that's where it's like you're recognizing all of these things that are opening up to you when you shift that mindset, okay? What you need less of and what you can give to others. The Two of Cups clarified by the Ten of Swords. Now, Venus in Cancer, all right, so this is like, enjoying relationships, partnerships, and all that stuff. But if something isn't right. If there's something here that there's some friction, and this is something where it's like emotionally connected, not necessarily like on like a mental level, but on an emotional level. The time has come to just not be okay with things that you're not okay with when it comes to relationships, all right? This can be personal, it can be career, take it how it resonates, but it can be family, friends, whatever that is for you. But there's this idea of the fresh start comes when we finally shift this, okay? So it's this is giving me complacency, and whatever that complacency is for you, if you're bottling it up, that's it. There's just like, again, like that's why I think I'm seeing this rush of water that like flows out. So let's get one more, because I just want to see, going back to this major turning point here, let's clarify this major turning point that's coming in. Yeah. Okay, it could definitely be career because the Seven of Pentacles, and it's also too like the time, the energy you put into it, and whether or not it's emotionally fulfilling for you. There could be an offer coming in, and that's why we're seeing this. That could be that major turning point, is an offer coming in for you where it's very emotionally fulfilling, and it really puts you in this position of like, is this worth it? All right, that could be something that's coming in. Is this worth it? But this is telling you this, whatever this new direction is, this turning point is meant for you. It's part of what you're meant to do or what you're meant to be. So let's get an empowering question for you, and then we're going to close this out, Cancers. All right, what empowering question is going to help Cancers with all of this powerful energy? Oh, this is perfect. All right, your empowering question. What would I do if I had enough time? What do I do when I have enough time? So here's another big thing, is even with all the chaos in the collective, you have to prioritize the life that you want, all right? And if you're happy, that's what I mean, is like keep focusing on whatever it is you're focusing on and not get pulled back into it. And if you are feeling like, oh, I never have time for this, you have to implement that into your life in some way, some shape, in some form during this time, especially now, because we're tying up the loose ends. This is where it's like this shift happens when we focus in that area. So whatever it is, like when you have enough time to do the thing that makes you forget time, now's the time to do it. Time. So thank you so much, Cancers, for joining me again. Please hit that like button, subscribe to Modern Maven Tarot, share this with somebody who needs to hear this message, and as always, shine your inner light. You've got this.